Do you want to know who runs Counter-Strike's Twitter?
What?
Or secret behind this logo? Or how to get wet? I spent too many hours exploring the maps and talking with map creators to bring you 30 secrets around new CS2 maps. You can also call them Easter eggs, and believe it or not, even my channel is actually featured on one of the official maps, but more of that later. We start from Overpass Bank, where the only safe opened holds a number 69. Sad it's empty. By the way, 69, also known by its French name, 69, is a group of sex bots. On CS2 Inferno, you can actually still see CSGO Inferno on that beautiful painting near bridge. 1915 it says, which makes this painting soon 100 years old. And not only CSGO, there's also a reference to CS Source right over here in church with those OG sounds and official main menu screen. So it's safe to say CS2 Inferno is like Counter-Strike's museum. On Italy, you can see Pergusa coffee ad at multiple places. Pergusa is an Italian village of Sicily, and interestingly enough, the big G really reminds me one other old famous Italian coffee brand that was established 1895. I let you to figure this out yourself, it's Lavazza. When CTs do not have a diffuse kit, the wires are yellow and blue. If they have a kit, the wires are green and blue, so keep that secret in mind. If you see them green and blue, they might want to stick it more often. If you see yellow in there, it will take 10 seconds for them to defuse a bomb, and you can see the colors from pretty far off with a zoom machine, super general. Alrighty, on Inferno T-Spawn, the bells are back, meaning that you can play Baby Shark. Next up, Overpass Bank, and in this calendar there's a famous chicken that died, so we'd get a cooler Operation Riptide trailer. It was officially CSGO's 11th operation, and since we have not seen a new operation in a long time, comment what do you think what will happen on 21st of January. We move on to CT Spawn on Inferno, and here you can see the Crostini ad that looks heavily inspired by Martini's logo, a brand name for Italian Alcott drinks, which you also might remember from James Bond films, of course, shaken not stirred. But an awesome detail worth noticing here is that it says Olio Motore, so Crostini is a motor oil, while Martini can be considered as human motor oil. The street names on Inferno refer to Valve employees who most likely worked on the map. For example, streets Simonelli and Fuscetto probably refer to Simon Fox, Magnarelli to Magnar Jensen, Priscoy til Vigneto to Robert Priscoy, etc. Also, the Fuxi shop name here refers to the very same designer, Simon Fuchs, as he also confirmed it on Twitter. Millions of people are gonna be seeing this man's surname Easter eggs around the map, but as I promised, there's also my own reference out on an official map. Keep watching. On both Vertigo bomb sites, there's a secret message that goes, "My name is Jacob, I work with Magnar. He's a butt-faced mean guy, please help. He doesn't give me bathroom breaks until I finish these props. If this liquid comes into contact with you, panic and call 911. A rumor says those names are once again references to talented Valve people. Jake Rodkin and Magnar Jensen both worked on a few of the same Valve games, Alex and Dota included. Most likely that crate was created as a part of a specific game and then added to the general library where it could be used in whatever source-based Valve games, and as you now know, those crates ended up on both of Vertigo bomb sites. Alrighty, here we have 5 doorbells but 4 post boxes, Valve plays fix, and there's also a Polish flag on a trash can, not sure why. You can actually slice all the fruits here and they look delicious. Also, once fruits have been sliced, they will disappear in around 20 seconds or so. Next up, chickens will get cooked if they touch a fire. One of the Anubis' map creators, Roald, told me that here in the center of this temple ceiling is a Mapcore logo. Mapcore is a mapping community which provides the most community maps made for Counter-Strike, and Anubis itself was a part of 2019's mapping competition where it got the very first place. Also, the same ceiling holds an interesting chicken god up there. It's only there because CS community loves chickens. In actual Egyptian mythology, you don't have chickens, but cats, crocodiles, birds, snakes, etc. in a human body representing God. Previously, this was a boiler room, now it's a chill writer's room where someone wrote the Counter-Strike's movie script that was very well translated by Aquarius. The genre of the film is action thriller as expected, and it's a story revolving around mysterious Mr. X. Someone go make this script a reality. Car license plates on Italy are too funny to be full coincidence. 69, 65.5, 65 being more advanced sex position, and 10C. On Overpass, one talented artist who worked with the map, Lydia Zanotti, aka PHRISK, made me to look for her graffiti for around 2 days until I found it. Here, inside the short pipe, you can find PHRISK graffiti, extremely hard to see, and I must be the first one to cover it. Now you know it's a creator's Easter egg. Next up, Funk_Vehicle is an entity that was removed from Source 1 a long time ago. It made it possible for mappers to create movable vehicles on private servers, etc. Many mappers have been asking for it forever, and finally Valve teased it on Twitter, but it turned out to be a reference on this Inferno vehicle with the same name, Funk_Vehicle, on it, as a cheeky nod to the fact that people have been asking for it forever. In CT Spawn on Italy, here's a bank drop graffiti, and this little angel seems to be spending euros. A well-placed art, as CT Spawn is a place where people buy stuff. The defuse kit still has a bomb code written on it, 7355608. This button here in the non-playable space was planned to trigger some sort of an event, so only with no clip you could reach it. Press E and something in the map will happen. Unfortunately, the map creators never had time to finish this Easter egg, as the previously mentioned mapping contest was already stressful enough, and now we only have the button. A trustworthy source told me that this small signature right next to the boost is a name tag that belongs to a Valve worker who runs Counter-Strike's Twitter. You are amazing. It gives us something to work with, but their Twitter in general is still a big nasty mystery. All the Vino Otti and Casa Otti texts are referenced to Inferno's original creator Christopher Otti, aka Chris. By the way, he has also created some other legendary Counter-Strike maps like Aztec and Vertigo. If you shoot at the vending machines on Office, they'll give you some free bottles. You can actually move those things as well. It just takes way too many nades to get them out in the open, so it won't happen in your regular game, but in theory, you can get them out from the pocket to make other players jump over them. Overpass and those euros on the ground are from Munich, as their identification code starts with X, a pretty neat knowledge if you ask me. All the symbols on Ancient indicate that the map is in Mayan theme, but imik sent me this interesting finding. It didn't make sense for him that there's a box with a French flag, as apparently Mayan provinces were colonized by Spain, and France only had presence in the Caribbean Sea, which is the sea that surrounds the Mayan area. Strange as that. Previously in CSGO, Inferno had coffins here, and since OG players might still keep the coffins callout for that place, for newer players, Valve has added this coffin graffiti here to avoid any extra confusion. If you go through the water, your clothes will get nice and wet. Amazing little detail, although clothes are drying way too fast. On Nuke CT Spawn, someone parked the car but left the music on. A pistol graffiti with Mac 10 as a T. Beautiful creative work made by PHRISK. It's an SMG inside a pistol. Cool. The Roman numeral 2 in Dust 2's logo is shaped like the double doors. Once you spot it, you can't unsee this anymore. Here on Inferno CT Spawn, you can see wonderful sequence how CTs actually arrive to the spawn. You're already extra good in movement if you manage to spawn up here. Alrighty, seems like there's confetti inside the balloons on Overpass. If you destroy them, you can enjoy the essence of a true party. And finally, my own Easter egg. I'm glad they put it on one of the most popular maps, Mirage T-Spawn. Here, if you look like that, you can see a reference to my skills or YouTube channel. If you think it's my skills, go subscribe. And here's another interesting video on your screen to watch next, where I promise you're gonna learn at least one new